Every conversation is really two conversations. We have the conscious conversation and an unconscious conversation. And just to quickly clarify what those two are, is the conscious mind is what is protecting our unconscious mind, but our conscious mind is also what we are interpreting from our reality, where we are coming up with strategies, and it's a very logical way of thinking, very system-like, methodical way of thinking. And our unconscious mind is that emotional part of the mind that is very creative and also very illogical in the way that it goes about doing or achieving anything from that emotional level. So it can go rather than sequentially like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It might start at A and then bounce to F and then come back to C and then all the way around again, and land up at K, knowing that that is what our emotions are driving towards. So that being a very brief understanding about the conscious mind and the unconscious mind, when we're having conversations with our client, we want to very firstly clearly understand that that conscious mind is all just an interpretation. A lot of it, 99%, is inaccurate because it is all just what we're seeing based off our experiences, based off our influences and everything that we have been pushed and shoved throughout our lifetime to believe is true and accurate. But our unconscious mind is really what knows what is true for us, and is ultimately going to guide us towards that peace and freedom that we are all capable of being and existing in. So when we have conversations with our clients and we perhaps are asking them what's stopping you from achieving a certain outcome, we can sometimes have the response of I'm stopping me. Now, if you've experienced this, you may have found yourself caught in trying to convince your client that they are worthy, that they are good enough, and all kinds of strategies around improving their self-esteem or their confidence or their self-belief in order to remove that resistance or that blockade that is stopping them from achieving the outcome that they want. And while all of those strategies are great and they will have some effect, it will take a long, long time for the conscious mind, because that is what they are receiving from you verbally, is that conscious thought. It's going to take a long time for that to integrate into the unconscious mind. And so when you have the skills of advanced conversational hypnosis, you can take your value and service to a whole nother level, because you are going to be able to communicate with them at an unconscious level by somewhat intentionally guiding them into a space where their unconscious mind is revealing itself more and more. And you can watch some of my other videos about how that may come about, and things to look out for in regards to knowing that this is quality unconscious information and my client is now heading into their unconscious thinking, or it's revealing itself more and more. But when our clients come up with that response is, I am stopping me, that is a really great opportunity for you, having the skills of advanced conversational hypnosis, to be able to zero in on that cue that the client has given you, to investigate more about what does that mean. And when we begin to ask some really curious questions around what that means, the client is then going to guide themselves into a lot deeper way of thinking, into a trance where their unconscious mind is going to be able to dominate the conversation, where we are going to be able to effectively guide and influence our client into resolving that resistance. And so if you have clients that you have received that response of something along the lines of I'm stopping me, and you've tried all the strategies and things like that to try and get them to believe that they're worth it and they're good enough, and et cetera, whatever strategy that you might have shared with them and they might have already investigated for themselves to help themselves, Definitely jump on board my advanced conversational hypnosis training coming up for health and wellbeing coaches, because I am going to show you exactly how to reveal to them how to get out of their own way and create the outcomes that they want.